Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's Indians program from Geriatric Psychiatry at NIMHANS. Today, we have a program on program, policy, and legal issues in geriatric psychiatry. This session will be taken by Dr. Sojan Anthony, who is Associate Professor of Psychiatric Social Work at NIMHANS. And this will be chaired by Dr. A. Thirumoorthi, sir, who is professor and who was also our immediate former head of Department of PSW. Welcome you both, Sojan sir and Thirumoorthi sir, for this program. This is the last session of geriatric psychiatry and also the last session of Indians program, which we have been running from past 1.5 years. Welcome you all. Without further ado, I hand over the stage to Dr. Thirumoorthi sir for his introductory remarks. Thirumoorthi sir, can you please increase the volume? It is not audible.
Anju?
Now it was audible, sir.
Okay. Audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Shall we start?
Yes, sir.
Chetan, can I start?
Yes, sir. You can start, sir.
Okay. Very good afternoon to all of you. I thank the organization for giving this wonderful opportunity to share our experiences and views about program policies and
Thirumoorthi sir, it's not audible.
I think we have some internet connectivity issue over there. Thirumoorthi sir, you are not audible.
Hello, now audible?
Yes, sir, it is audible now.
Okay.
The PowerPoint is not shared yet.
Actually, health and well-being is very important dimensions in the health assets. We need to provide a comprehensive health not only for the geriatric population but also every citizen of India. Geriatric population being the vulnerable populations, we need very special importance and emphasis to get them comprehensive psychosocial care. So, that context, the health and well-being is not only determined by the biological aspects alone, where the environment, the physical kind of support is needed for them to grow and develop and succeed in their life. For that only, all the policies, programs, and legislations are planned to support healthy aging. If you look at the statistics of India, there is a steady increase in the geriatric populations. Almost around 1.16 million of the geriatric population aged 60, and the steady increase from 2015 to you can see the approximate estimated number of elderly populations growing at the percentage of 19.4 over the age of 60 years. Uh, the WHO very aptly recommended 8 phases to promote a community as age-friendly community. These age-friendly community, which definitely help the geriatric population to mingle, interact, communicate, and satisfy with the living environment, which we need to provide an optimal kind of facilities, optimal kind of opportunities, optimal kind of chances for them to interact. If you look at the several environmental friendly, the age friendly kind of aspects is transportation we need to ensure them, housing, social participation in the society in different dimensions, activities, engaging in networking agencies, or wherever respect and social inclusions and civic participation, communication and information, community support and health services, and outdoor space buildings. These are the basic kind of activities by which the elderly populations are getting engaged or involved. So uh, every citizen has to have this. For that, the government has initiative to provide this comprehensive kind of community, age-friendly community, which is well recommended by the World Health Organization. See, the common problem faced by the elderly is the poverty. The poverty determines multi kinds of aspects in the elderly, not only economic but also health equity and also other areas. When the poverty strike in and they may not be able to meet out many amenities, facilities, even including the basic minimum. See, the migration of children, when their children migrated to other places for whatever may be the reason, it is for the betterment or the development or the higher education or anything, they feel that they are deprived and they are not able to connect with them, all those things. And they become sometimes the change in social structure, which leads to social isolation, loneliness, and exclusion, which is resulting in major emotional, psychological, social, and other areas of breakdown. You can understand that how the elderly are getting abused in multiple ways. We often come to know from different sources, it may be a media, it may be professionals or print media, that elderly are sexually abused, economically abused, and also the physically tortured. So multiple kind of elderly abuse is there, even verbal abuse. So they are subjected as being the elderly, they subject to rejection, disrespect, and more so abuse. The unemployment and underemployment and lack of permanent income is major kind of challenges. See, some elderly who may be in pensioners or maybe who are who may be functioning very well before, now they may not be able to function well, and the lack of income to support their daily needs, lack of income to take care of their physical needs, psychological needs, social needs, and medical needs, which is a great challenge. They are unable When they are unable to take care of all their needs, they become frustrated and depressed. See, that itself a kind of health deterioration in multiple dimensions. When they are unable to meet out their health needs, it becomes a major kind of issues and challenges for us. The problem in meeting basic needs, you can see there are some situations maybe in rural or urban, the elderly, they are not even able to meet out their basic needs. See, you can see that the corona pandemic created great challenges among them. Now the difficulties because of the lack of income for them, their psychological, emotional, and spiritual well-being is severely affected. They could not participate, they could not engage in social life because of the social distance and the social isolation between them. See, if you look at the vulnerability in urban areas, there is a study conducted by Agewell over the 5,000 population of the elderly population more than age of 60, but which reported that 80% of the populations are unaware about their rights and found to be living in inhuman conditions, revealed that they don't get proper food. Only 68% of them have access to medical facilities. 48% of the elderly person claim that they are not respected also the lack of security, no regular source of income, restricted mobility. And if you look at the psychological morbidity they experience, depression is a common kind of psychological problem which probably Dr. Chetan will focus on. What are the steps taken by so far the government? They have come with several strategies and programs through different government measures. That is one of the major programs is nation policy on elderly person in 1999 they have launched out, and the maintenance of welfare of parents and senior citizen act, national programs of the healthcare of elderly in 2010, and amendments act of the maintenance and welfare of parents and senior citizen in the year 2019 to 19. And the National Institute of Social Science, which is located in Delhi, which is sponsoring several training programs, research programs, and also they are sponsoring for the establishment of the home for the aged. So this is playing a crucial role and consider there is a separate division in National Institute of Social Division, which is sponsoring the monetary support to take care of this message. The age-friendly community initiatives by NIMHANS. NIMHANS is providing a comprehensive healthcare services to elderly populations and also legal services for elderly populations who are having not only the general problem but also persons with dementia. See, what are the services provided by the government? The government is able to provide old age pension, old age, supported the financial support for establishing the old age homes and establishing the daycare services for senior citizens, home care for older people living with dementia. And the initiative, the government is also providing a travel concession surface as well as in the land transport. Air India offers 50% of the discount in the fare to the senior citizen. Railway is offering 50% of the fare, and road transport corporation also 30 to 50% of the concession they are available. And also grant in aid for senior citizens to support a self-help forum and groups. So these are the basic brief introduction about the policies and programs I have shared with you. Probably you can take forward in case any queries and clarification at the end of the all the three speakers I have spoken about. Thank you, sir, Chetan. Thank you for giving this opportunity.
Thank you, Thirumoorthi sir, for the introductory remarks. I now invite Dr. Sojan Anthony to continue the presentation.
Dr. Chetan, is it audible now?
Yes, sir, it is audible.
Okay, thank you. So, thank you, Thirumoorthi sir. Thirumoorthi sir is working as a main consultant from psychiatry social work side, and sir is contributing, and we all are part of a team. We are trying to work towards to support the government in terms of effectively implement these programs and policies across India. So in this presentation, what I am going to do is, sir has already covered what are the programs that historically India has planned for senior citizens. And just I wanted to start with what's happening now. Now government of India is putting a lot of efforts to make major changes to enhance the quality of life of senior citizens. So, as the title of this program is policies, programs, and legislations. In other way, if you see how India has planned, India had a policy initially, then India planned about a legislation. Then, based on the policy and legislations, India has devised many programs for empowering and to improving the quality of life of senior citizens. So I'm very sure that the people who are attending in this session and who are going to watch in the YouTube, this is a very important topic for people who are practicing psychiatry. The reason is you will see senior citizens as your patients, as your caregivers of your patients. So in that context, you will be seeing that they're facing a lot of challenges, and how you can help them, how you can make no difference in their life. So many of these schemes are devised in such a way that you can use the schemes and knowledges and knowledge about these kind of issues will has a direct impact on your clinical practice. So once we discuss, you will be knowing. So first, I just wanted to discuss about central sector schemes to improve the quality of life of the senior citizen. When I say the central when I say the central sector scheme, please understand, in India has a union government, state governments, and local self governments, and all these three governments have funds, allocated funds for the welfare of senior citizen. So if you see the what these programs are aiming, so if you see the objectives of this program, these programs are catering to the basic needs of senior citizen, particularly food, shelter, healthcare, and basically the people who have less support, financially having less for no resources, especially destitute elderly. That is the prime kind of objective. But along with that, the schemes also aim to build and strengthen intergenerational relationships, particularly between children, youth, senior citizens, through regional resource and training centers. I wish all of you to remember, regional resource and training centers are there for addiction disorders by National Institute of Social Defense. Similar way, there are regional resource and training centers in the field of geriatry, and then they need a lot of support from the psychiatrists and the mental health professionals to train various the people who are working in this field, in this welfare sector, which include the social workers, nurses, school teachers, volunteers. So all these training programs are coordinated at the different levels of different regions, are monitored or supported by regional resource and training centers of National Institute of Social Defense, which comes under the Ministry of Social Welfare and Justice. And these programs are engaging actually to active and productive aging. So in the moment, active and productive aging, without mental health, there is no active and productive aging. We all of us know, because the age itself is a risk factor for developing mental health problems, cognitive impairments, dementia, and all other no palliative care needs, pain management. So we know that a spectrum of psychiatric care is required in that area. So these things will go hand in hand. So they need our support. No, we need their support for supporting our elderly, and also the programs for providing institutional as well as non-institutional care services to senior citizens. Once you start practicing, or those who are practicing, you know that how much important care homes like dementia care homes, daycare homes, old age homes, the homes for the destitutes are very important for which helps us which helps us in our practice. Also research, advocacy, awareness building programs. And another important factor what we need to remember, those who are in teaching, you need, I am sure that you need resources for research purpose, training programs. And National Institute of Social Defense and the Ministry of Social Welfare and Justice, they have allocated funds, dedicated funds for research and all. So you are also eligible to get such funds for innovative and creative projects. Many times these funds are not utilized properly. So in 2018, we can see that National Action Plan for Senior Citizen. So the government is very aggressively planning policies, because we know that life expectancy is increasing, the non-communicable diseases are increasing, the disability is increasing related to age associated various health problems. So government is also year by year, you can see more resources are spent in this area. So 2021 allocated fund is almost 365 crores for the welfare of senior citizens. And many of these programs will not be successful if the people like psychiatrists, professionals like psychiatrists, if they don't contribute significantly. One major chunk of the needs of senior citizen will not be addressed. What is the major chunk of senior citizen? their mental health, their the feeling of socially excluded, feeling of loneliness, disability due to the depression, dementia, delirium, anxiety. All these things are, if not addressed, whatever fund government allocated, it will not be, it will not meet its own objectives. So for your information, see it here, officially government has given, it's from the government's website only, the senior citizens homes are around 469. But what government is aiming is not no like these 469 homes are not sufficient. The reason is almost 700 districts are there in India, and one home per one district is not there. That goal itself government could not achieve, because state and central government along with the professionals have to collaborate and plan these homes. Why we need senior citizen homes? When I say like this, you can say that no, we also do not encourage institutionalization of elderly, but there are situations, senior citizens, they need shelter, food and support, where they do not have the family caregivers who are ready to provide such care. So there are similarly the homes for women and the mobile medical units. That's another area. So I remember when we had a project with the Karnataka state government, the government had a plan to support almost 50 old age homes in Karnataka, but there was not even a single application for not even a single application, not even a single agency submitted a proposal to start new homes where government was ready to give a grant of 8 lakhs per year. I'm very sure that that grant is not enough to run the old age home, but still there is a scope to start. There is a scope to start such institutes. Government has funds. Many times these funds are unutilized because of lack of involvement, both from the professionals and non-governmental sector. And mobile units is another thing. Almost 26 units everywhere. See old age homes now. Few slides when you go on, you can see that there is a plan to enhance another 250 homes in coming year. And percentage more than 80% of the there are supports, government is giving support for state governments in terms of in government is giving support for self-help groups. Suppose in your psychiatric department, if you can start a self-help groups for senior citizen, and government will be supporting that with minimum of 55,000 per self-help groups. So that can be utilized for get-together meetings, administrative costs, and all those things. Mobile units per unit, government is ready to give 11.2 lakhs. Physiotherapy unit if you are planning 6.48, and daycare centers. This is the one area from mental health field we all are keen. We know that for productive aging, the people should be socially as well as physically should be engaged. Many times because of the resource limitations, many families cannot offer such services. So if you are part of anywhere in India, if you can propose a daycare center for senior citizen, you will be supported for 10 lakhs rupees per unit. And also similarly, if you are planning for training programs, the hundreds of training programs are supported by National Institute of Social Defense, but I have not seen many applications from psychiatry wing. In fact, psychiatry can do much better in terms of being part of these things by knowing the one third of the, I feel that one third of expertise for promoting well-being of senior citizen comes from mental health. So I think if you can propose the programs, government will fund, especially National Institute of Social Defense. Now, if you see, government also of late understood there is no point in that duplicating the various ministries, or there is a need for inter-department collaboration. So now, if you see, to promote the tourism among senior citizens, they have brought all ministries together, like tourism, railways, civil aviation, road transport, and shipping, and then proposing various packages for senior citizens, which Sarah has also mentioned. No, lot of concession. Air India is giving 50% concession for people who are above 60 years. And data. Then another thing is, as you all know, that government is moving more for digitalization of healthcare. So there is a chance for digital records. So government already is collaborating with Register General of India, Ministry of Statistics and all, for proper morbidity, mortality registration and bringing out registries. And crime, this is another area. I think we all will be playing a role. Crime against the senior citizen. So National Crime Bureau and the Ministry of Home Affairs actually spending a lot of time for both for documentation and bringing proactive steps in this area. So yeah. So if you see, I just wanted to tell one or two slides about National Institute of Social Defense, because this is, as I was telling, that they are the nodal agency for many of these initiatives, programs and policies for the welfare of senior citizen. So what they do, they identify or develop a cadre of professionals for the care and welfare of older persons, and also provide the comprehensive scientific knowledge base on various aspects relating to geriatric care. Dementia care, mental health care are major components of this scientific knowledge. And also they try to generate the skilled manpower for to provide a kind of home-based care, like, or to promote the community living of senior citizens. And also they have a lot of sensitization programs for students, police, and local self-government employee and local self-government representatives. And they also are bringing out various programs for supporting and networking, promoting social support system for elderly, as well as also to promote the networking for the care of older persons. And also they facilitate convergence of government and non-governmental services. That's the reason they give funds for old age homes to run. And they also gives a kind of technical training for these homes. Similarly, they also do the monitoring whether these centers are doing a good job or not. And regional resource training centers actually are the nodal agencies for multiple states. So if you see the just I wanted to show the few regional resource centers for various no various parts of India. There are different kinds of regional resource centers. Just I wanted to show a few of the centers which may be near to your place, so you also can collaborate. The few centers, if you can see, just I'm going to show. See, if Anugraha, this is for the multiple states like Chandigarh, Delhi, and all, Haryana. Later you can see this slides in YouTube, so you can, if some of you are from that particular region, you can collaborate with this these centers. And similarly, in if you see the southern part, you can see that Nightingale Trust, like that is a coordinating agency for Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Kerala, Lakshadweep, and all. So if you see, only 8 regional resource centers are there across India. It means that there's a scope to establish these kind of training centers in every state. So that is another, we can say, that scope for improving these services. See, another thing which I wanted to share is with you is the Maintenance Act, Maintenance and Welfare of Parents and Senior Citizen Act. When we work with the geriatric population, many times our patients are not happy about the way their children care them. So this act government has brought in 2007 and 2019. The current government has brought very good amendments in this. So what are the salient features in this act? The first point is parents and senior citizens deserve care and protection, and their dignity and rights and safety are the priority in this act. As per this act, children and the grandchildren are supposed to grandchildren in terms of those who are no more than 18 years old, they are supposed to provide the care for the senior citizen. Suppose if I don't have children and grandchildren, in such situations, those who are going to inherit my property is supposed to give and ensure my safety, and they are supposed to provide the care. And the recent amendment in 2019 amendment, government has brought a new provision. Not only children and grandchildren or the people who are legally going to inherit the property, even the daughter-in-laws and in-laws, daughter-in-laws, son-in-laws, and they are also responsible to provide the care for senior citizen. Suppose if senior citizens needs are not met, or they do not get the medical care, they do not get the shelter, food and all, what they can do. As a psychiatrist, this is a very important part of today's presentation. In case if some parents or any senior citizens who live alone or who have children, who do not have children, if they do not get support from their relatives, means their primary first degree relatives, in case they do not have children, from the people who are going to inherit the property, they can go and approach the taluka, means AC taluka level, no, assistant commissioner of revenue, or they can go to the DC, district commissioner, and they can file a petition. When we file such petitions, they need not hire a lawyer for that. That is the point. Without, they need not take any lawyer's support. So they can write a white paper. Either they can write complaint, or even a doctor can send a complaint, or in your hospital, if a social worker is there, they can write a complaint. Anybody can write a complaint in case if the rights of senior citizens are denied. And how do they get the help? So the moment taluka level AC or district level DC gets this kind of complaint, they refer this complaint to conciliation officers. Already many states they have appointed, means a group of volunteers who are interested in for the welfare of senior citizens. They come to picture and they do home visits. They visit the senior citizens' homes. They make a report about that. In case if they find that the needs of senior citizens are not met, their rights are violated, based on that report, the AC or DC can call the children, and then they can even they can award punishment like 3 months jail, or the fine can be given, or else they can actually ask them to pay monthly maintenance. You might have heard about the maintenance for women or the spouse, when divorce happens or separation happens. The same way, these maintenance can be claimed from children or grandchildren as per the new act, even from daughter-in-laws and son-in-laws, which is amendment is there in 2019. But till 2019, the maximum amount monthly maximum amount for monthly maintenance is considered as maximum amount as 10,000. But the current amendment in 2019, it changed. The court told, according to the standard of living of the children, senior citizen can claim. That is correct. No, see, a school teachers, somebody children who are working as a school teacher earns around 50,000, and then an IT employee who earns 5 lakhs per month. If they both of them are paying 10,000, that is not correct. So they're proportionate to their income, proportionate to their standard of living. They should ensure the same standard of living for the senior citizen. This act is very helpful for all of us. And what happens? In case if senior citizens, one thing they can take, get the maintenance. Second thing is, if anybody cheat them, like sometimes what happens, that in dementia clinic and all, we see the children, people know when they started having cognitive impairment, they in fact cheat their parents, and they one child will try to get all property without knowledge of other children, or even with the knowledge of other children also. If children are taking property, if not giving the care, as per this legislation, the senior citizen can claim their property back. That's what even if you have written a complete will, they can they can cancel their will, they can cancel the registration of property, and they can get it. And recently, one interesting case was there. So, one of the senior citizens actually asked the Supreme Court verdict. You might have High Court. I think Delhi High Court verdict. You might have read it. So one of the senior citizens used this act to no use for vacating the daughter-in-law. So in this scenario, there are multiple acts also will be in picture. See, Domestic Violence Act. So that also can be used for the benefit of senior citizen. In case if a woman is being harassed or their rights are denied, also that can be utilized. So 2019, whatever changes as amendment is coming up, you can see in this slide that 10,000 as a maximum maintenance per month.
Sir,
Hello?
sorry to disturb you. Can you share the slides? The slides are not shared.
Oh, it's not shares? Oh, 1 second, 1 second. I think somewhere, 1 second. I was in this in between it got, yeah. Is it now shared?
Yes, sir. It is now shared.
Okay, fine, fine. So the 2019 amendments, which is gives the removes that cap per month 10,000 maximum maintenance cap is removed, as I mentioned earlier, based on the income of the children and based on the standard of living of children. They need to provide the maintenance, and also maintenance is also redefined as housing, safety, security, and everything. And the even stepsons and daughters and all were included, and caregivers can be punished also in case if they ignore, neglect senior citizen up to 6 months. And this disposal of this any petition should happen within 90 days. And the spirit of this legislation, sometimes you also can ask a question. Suppose if you start punishing children, will they then provide the care? The spirit of this legislation is not to punish. That's the reason I was telling that already in many states, conciliation officers are appointed. The reason for conciliation officers, why they are appointed is the AC or DC of the particular revenue subdivision or the district may not have time to do home visits and do a lot of inquiry. But these conciliation officers who are volunteering in nature, volunteering, can do home visit and do a proper study and can defend the rights of senior citizen. And in this case, when children come to the AC or DC office, they cannot bring a lawyer to defend themselves. So it also shows that though the spirit of law is more often doing counseling, convincing, and promoting the some support for the senior citizen. So the entire all these good changes have started as a policy. You can see national policy on older persons 1999, and this all comes from the UN's declaration for the welfare of both senior citizens and people who are living with a disability. That is the onset of all these good changes have started coming up. And the focus was basically to provide support for the senior citizens, older persons who have a disadvantaged status in terms of social, economical, and physical well-being. And for us, why it is important? So sometimes when we have this kind of presentation, people will ask, culturally we respect senior citizens, parents like gods, but we know that the culture also has been changed over the period, or is being changed because of various social factors. You all know that all urbanization, migration, and I need not repeat it. All these factors have affected the quality of life, and it has changed the structure of the family. It also has affected the traditional value system. So here comes the importance of a national policy. And the policy also has a special focus, as I told, marginalized and the unprotected people are at the major focus. It doesn't mean that all the senior citizens. And further, you can see the coming policy also looking more for ensuring the financial security and healthcare, shelter, welfare, and all the things. Subsequent to this policy, only the act has come into the picture. And the primary aim is to promote the community-based living, but it doesn't mean that we do not want institutions. We also need to have institutions. And the broad category, when this policy has been devised, the broad categories were income security in old age, because aging itself is a new phenomena for India. So the reason is, the for us, no, many states earlier retirement age was the 55. Gradually now it has been increased to 60, 65, and the definition of old age also was different in different policies. Now more or less it has come to, after the 2007 the act, the maintenance act, after that the age has been some consensus 60 years, but still many countries it has been consensus 65. And the post 60 job opportunities, almost all advanced countries have well structured policies for re-employment or second no career, they call second career, or no re-entry back to the job. So I think India is becoming a developed country, and also focusing more of kind of industrialization. I think we also need to think seriously about the promoting the employment in old age, and then definitely healthcare, safety, security, housing, and productive aging. So welfare related things, multi-generation bonding. So this current national action plan, multi-generation bonding has been given more important. The other reason is, we know that the best insurance company for our senior citizen is our own family. No, even now, family is the best social support system. So multi-generation bonding is important, and many times how psychiatrist role comes here. See, the importance of mild cognitive impairment. A person have mild cognitive impairment, and there is a problem in interpersonal relation or communicating emotions or problem solving. It affects the entire family dynamics. So there is a need to promote multi-generation bonding, and many times a lot of awareness programs we need to do, and such programs can be supported. Actually, such programs are supported by government of India and state governments, and media has a role. Also, protection during the natural disasters and emergency. I need not tell, during COVID-19 how much pandemic, how much importance we gave for the senior citizens, and we knew that how it's going to affect the senior citizen, especially during the pandemic. Another, from being a health professionals, another major policy we all need to be thorough is national program for healthcare of the elderly, NBHSC, in a short form people usually tell about that. So this is another thing, and this was also basic objective was to provide the separate, specialized, and comprehensive healthcare to senior citizens at various levels. Like state has a major role, because health is primarily it's a state subject. Of course, central government has a role, but still it's a state subject. So with the help of state governments to establish a specialized healthcare system for senior citizen. Here comes the geriatric psychiatry and geriatry, the wing. So government is planning to establish no, many national centers in terms of promoting healthy aging. As I mentioned, all this comes from the various policy initiatives. The act is there, and this also has come in 2010. So what are the key strategies? Few strategies like preventive and promotive care. Obviously I remember that now any geriatric specialist, if you ask what is the priority, something to do with the non-communicable diseases. How can we prevent? How can we no, promote the well-being of people who are affected by hypertension, diabetes, cardiovascular issues? That's the issue. How can we prevent? How can we promote the health? So even this policy, that was the aim. And then management of illness and health manpower development for geriatric services. So as I mentioned earlier, our number increases, manpower is not increases along with that. So government in 2010 and now current government is very actively planning how can we enhance the manpower in the field of geriatric care, which includes the psychiatric care also. So the medical rehabilitation and therapeutic intervention, and also a lot of information IEC activities also. The detailed components, specifics, for if you are planning for specifics about this national policy on healthcare of senior citizen, you can see that minimum 8 specialized institutions which can run the postgraduate course in geriatric medicine across India. So that was when they envisioned this thing, and also selected 100 districts initially, and then in each district minimum 30 bed facility, not 30 bed facilities in the specialized institutions, 10 bed facilities in district hospitals, and then further the CHC level, the OPDs are running, and PHC level also OPDs, and sub-center level more of a home-based care also with the help of ASHA. And district level and specialized centers, everyday OPDs will be there. CHC level at least 2 days OPD will be there. PHC level at least 1 day OPD for geriatric population. So that was the plan. So I think many in Bangalore also, Victoria Hospital has the geriatric so designated beds are there. And now if you see the most recent thing is, which if you search and all will you get it, is a draft policy is already is ready, a national policy for welfare of senior citizen 2020. The highlight is financial and social security of the senior citizen. What government is planning is, okay, whatever policies have come, but the financial and social security is not ensured to that level. So what government thinks, like in most of the developed country, that either they have social security benefits, or they have retirement savings or personal savings. But in India and the middle income countries or low middle income countries, we spend entire our resources for settling our children and grandchildren, and then finally retirement savings will be nothing. So government is planning how can we ensure some kind of social security measures, and in terms of pension schemes or comprehensive insurance schemes coverage for senior citizen, especially for health and other purposes, health and pension both, and also promoting senior citizen friendly tax structure as well as the health schemes and second life career. That's what I was telling. The reverse mortgage is the another concept which is very active, but it's not consensus is not developed, in which the senior citizens can give their property to the banks, and banks will pay the monthly maintenance kind of thing to them, so that money can be utilized for their survival, and the later the people who are inheriting the property, they have to pay the loan and get it in case if they plan. And most latest, with this I am just going to conclude with most latest initiative by government of India is national helpline for senior citizen. It's going to come, and entire India, minimum of 21 district states already have agreed to implement it. Inauguration will be in the month of January 2021. It will this why this single helpline? There are many helplines which you might have heard about. Different states have different numbers, and sometimes commissioner's office will run a helpline, but government felt that there is a problem in data management, there's a problem in checking the status. So in collaboration with the Tata Trust, already this program has been successful in Telangana state, like it is named as Elder Spring, and they could do well. So the ministry is planning to implement this program through the entire India, where any problem, for any problem, senior citizen can call to a single number. Number is already it is in the declared, but I don't want to share it now because I thought after the official launch, we'll share it. So number is ready, system is ready, and in this wise for us, how it is important, this single helpline. Whenever you see any elderly in any kind of trouble, be it emotional problem, be it social issues, be it economic problems, you can encourage them to call this single number, and this single number will be having district, state or national level database. A common dashboard will be there, so status of action taken can be checked, and there will be more quick, more easy monitoring system will be there. So that's the latest hope for us in the field in terms of policy. I think with this slide, I wish to end our presentation. As a summary, if you ask me, we could see that national policy for older population. So in SARS side, I think the slide which you mentioned missed. We had a national policy on older persons, so that you have seen, and then yes, just this slide I will keep it as a shared mode. So we had a national policy in 1999. Then we had a maintenance act, the national program for healthcare of elderly in 2010. Then amendment of the act has happened in 2019, and recently a draft is moving, and also helpline. The age-friendly initiatives of NIMHANS, yes, of course, NIMHANS is committed in terms of promoting the WHO's idea of age-friendly community initiatives, where we believe that we need to proactively involve in terms of promoting the housing, social participation, and respect, social inclusion. Sir has already presented. I think that slide was not shared. So with this, let me conclude. So we all have a major role. We need to start telling about how can we promote the welfare of senior citizen. All these programs are there. A lot of training programs you all can involve, because many times without knowing, a lot of elder abuse happens because of ignorance. Without knowing, people are being abused. They don't know people are behaving in such a way because of depression, or because of anxiety, or mild cognitive impairment, or due to dementia. Without knowing, many times people elderly being physically, mentally, socially abused, locked, and then may sometimes physically no, they face a lot of harassment. So to avoid all those things, we need to educate the people that why behavior changes over the period. With this, let me conclude. I thank the entire organizing team for giving chance for both of us. I thank Matthew sir for recommending our name from geriatry clinic. I thank Dr. Chetan for coordinating from for this entire program for us. I think we can take a few questions for next 5-6 minutes. With that, we can conclude. Thirumoorthi sir, is it audible for your end? Dr. Chetan?
Yeah, it is audible.
Is there any questions in chat or?
Yeah, we have a question. Thank you, Sojan sir and Thirumoorthi sir, for the excellent presentation. So you covered a lot of policies and schemes already available from the government, and which are going to come now also. So there is a question by Muthu Krishnan. Is there a health insurance policy for elderly citizens aged 70? Any government initiated one?
Okay, I think this Ayushman Bharat and that 5 lakhs things definitely is applicable for many senior citizens, and people are making use of that up to 5 lakhs, the especially surgical things and things. And various states government also have specific schemes. Like I remember the Yashaswini scheme in Karnataka was one of the most popular scheme, where heart surgery and other things with a minimum payment of things, like in collaboration with mill society and other things. And government already covering, I forgot to tell, the biggest insurance scheme in India is our own BPL card. If any of our patients have below poverty line card, that itself will act as a lot of facilities they will get in under many schemes. And the Ayushman Bharat, I think that is one of the core thing which I can remember. I think I wanted to ask Thirumoorthi sir also, any other scheme. I think I want to ask Dr. Chetan also. I think he will be, yeah, please, Dr. Chetan.
I think Ayushman Bharat, as you were telling, sir, is one of the schemes which is available. Initially, Ayushman Bharat was opened only for people with the people were selected initially. The ones who were termed as BPL from socioeconomic survey census, which was done in 2011 to 2000 or 2013. Only people who were termed as below poverty line under that were considered initially. But now, whichever government hospital they go, there are government hospitals and certain centers also, which will enroll people into Ayushman Bharat by a nominal pay. I think it is around 250 or 500. With a nominal pay, anybody can actually get this Ayushman Bharat. In many states, have not enrolled Ayushman Bharat as it is. They have actually added on to Ayushman Bharat. Like in the state of Karnataka, the Karnataka state government has added more facilities and has added and called it as Ayushman Bharat Arogya Karnataka, ABARK, and then has rolled it out. So I'm aware that many other states also have rolled out, for example, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana have also rolled out with this Ayushman Bharat, their own state, what it was providing, that also they have rolled it out into one scheme. So that is one. Aged 70 and above, it's if a person already has a health insurance, then it can be continued with a few tests. Even if a person wants to get a new insurance at the age 70, they can still go ahead. But what happens usually is that there is a minimum time duration within which it is not applicable. Certain diseases are not applicable. For example, if somebody has uh, hypertension or diabetes, they'll not be included for first 5 years of the insurance from the time they have taken the insurance. After 5 years, it will still be included. Whatever the disease or whatever the complications that have arisen from these disorders, they'll be considered in other insurances also. Not only government, even in private insurances, it is possible. But the premium, we should know, it will increase. For if we start getting insurance from the age 30, that is different from the age if we started from 60 or 70.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Chetan. I think the other few information is which I used to encourage is ESI and other, no, all welfare, employee related welfare schemes. Many times, some of them children will not add their parents. We used to tell them, encourage them to add their parents' name, declares dependence, and then claim all lot of benefits. I think all is emerging, because out of pocket expenditure for medical things are increasing. Now I think that's what when you plan for aging. So it's not like earlier. So we need to plan. Actually, a lot of guidance is required for senior citizens in terms of financial planning and the in terms of investing for aging. So we never used to invest for aging. We used to invest for our family, children, and all. The age has come. We have to sensitize our senior citizen. Yes, they need to invest for their aging, in both in terms of physical activities and financial investments both. Yeah.
Like if we see Dr. Matthew sir's session last time, prevention in geriatric psychiatry, uh, what sir was also telling was that the all these plans have to start now at the age of 30, 40. They have to start now. The prevention has to start now so that we can reap its benefits when the person gets older. So as you're telling, the investment has to start now. The earlier, the better. Thirumoorthi sir, do you want to add on anything?
I think sir is I think sir is the network issue. Sir is I could not see sir's connection. Yeah, I think Mathu sir is around. We can ask Mathu sir to conclude. Mathu sir, if possible, yeah. Sir is engaged. Dr. Chetan, one final message. With that, shall we conclude?
Yeah, I'm waiting if Matthew sir can go on air, because this is the last session of geriatric psychiatry. Before Matthew sir comes on air, this session is also available in YouTube. It was also live in YouTube, where many people were watching. This session will also be available eternally in YouTube. So if somebody could not log in now, they can log in later and watch the entire session. Not only this, all the other sessions from geriatric psychiatry and also forensic psychiatry, NIBS, and we also have rehabilitation. All of these available in our YouTube channel, Nimans Indians. Kindly subscribe to our channel. Uh, we also like to thank Linux Laboratories for their academic grants through which we are running this program. This also not only is the end of geriatric psychiatry, but also is the end of Indians program which we are running from past 1.5 years. We are planning for a small session or small panel discussion, uh, probably mid January, to commemorate the official end of the program. So thank you for everyone who patronized us, who actually came, who were part of discussion. Thank you, everyone. Thank you also South Zone and Nimans administration for helping us do this. Matthew sir, are you around, sir? I don't think Matthew sir is around. So we'll conclude the session. Thank you, Sojan sir and Thirumoorthi sir, for taking your time and enlightening us on this. So thank you, one and all. We'll be ending the session for all now. So good evening and stay safe. Take care.